Welcome back to The Quiet Imperfect. Look, I'm going to level with you. Over the last few weeks, I have genuinely struggled with how to move forward on this project. Obviously, I've never done something like this before. In fact, I don't know if anyone has done something like this before, at least not in this way. So there's no roadmap and no rulebook. However, I finally have an idea that excites me, makes me feel a little tingly, and hopefully you guys will feel the same. The last thing I asked of you guys was to send me either notes or letters or messages that you had received from loved ones who had passed away. Now, I wasn't expecting to be as affected by these messages as I was, but reading through them put me in this weird position where I was like vicariously carrying these emotions. Some were bittersweet, some were really heavy. Look, I love you guys for sharing those and I really appreciate it, and it is super important and valuable for the inspiration. So look, it's part of the job, I guess, but yeah, it kind of took me a while to figure out what was going on and how I felt about it and how I could transmute that into something we can all work on. And the idea that I came up with is this. Why don't we make this next song a medley or a mashup of a whole bunch of different stories, little stories that cover what it's like from different perspectives and angles, what it's like to lose someone. So what I'm going to do is start sharing and posting ideas and find out which ones are resonating with you guys, which ones you like, so that we can start to put together a final cut of the songs, the little songs that'll make up this medley, starting with these two messages. Oh, by the way, please feel free to keep sending me stories and ideas because obviously this is a work in progress and the more inspiration I have, the easier it gets. The first message I wanted to try was from Eva Martinson, and it says this. Hi again. Congratulations on finishing song number 1. Straight to your question. Yes, I've read a note from my grandmother who passed away in May of last year. 1 year after passing, I finally started to go through her things and found a note in her purse. It stated how she wanted her funeral to go, where she wanted to be buried, and what psalms she wanted in church. It made me feel sad and filled with grief, made me feel bad for not knowing these things, and made me irritated that she never spoke to me about it. It also made me feel love for her for not telling me that she knew she was going to pass. And that is just such a tragic, beautiful little, I don't know, microcosm of an experience of losing someone. So thank you for sharing that. Here's what I came up with to honor this message. I found a note left in your purse. You said you always knew that you would get there first. Said don't you dare put this body in a hearse. Just read these psalms and take me to church. There we have an idea of like a little verse that could go in this wider song, this wider tapestry of experiences. Please let me know your thoughts. Next is we have a beautiful note from Brad Joker. Now this one is kind of special. Brad says, loving the first song, so excited for it. You asked in the video about finding a letter or something someone wrote for you to find after they passed away. Well, I have one that's very emotional and special to me. My grandmother died May 31st, 2015. She was everything to me. I spent every week and weekend, every school break at her home. When she died, I was devastated. I thought she was going to live forever. I was only 14 at the time. But anyway, me and my grandmother had collected wooden case of gold silverware. I know it's weird, but that's what we collected together. And when we cleaned out her room and I was crying the whole time, I found her wooden case and it has written on it, to my little sunshine. I enjoyed the time we had finding these together over the years. Love you forever, Nana. 2015. Man, I cried for days every time I read it. I wanted to also send you a photo just because it means so much to me. And Brad attached this photo. This is unbelievably, as I said, bittersweet. It's such a beautiful little story. I'm so grateful that it was shared. And I hope to do it justice with this little idea. It would go just after the previous verse idea if we were kind of putting them in the same song. Woo! My little sunshine, yes, it hurts. But the pain was all mine, so don't you make it worse. Like gold and silver, we're together. And I'll love you for forever. Shine on my universe. So, if you could imagine those back to back, I think it's kind of sweet. As I said, I'm super keen to get your feedback. If you have any more ideas or more stories, even of friends or family members, please send them through. The more the merrier. We're going to make something beautiful. I love you all very much. Big kiss.